I'm back. Working on the upper A-frames right now, taking them off. Let's see here, right now I've got the nuts off. And I'm getting ready to shimmy this loose, take this out. And looks like it's got 2 shims per side on this one here. Oh, and after that, I'm going to work on the lower A-frame to take that off next. I'll show you that when I'm done. All right, got the A-frame off, the upper one. So, I don't know if you've ever done this or not. Basically, this on the inside, so bolt going through here, and the way I did it, took the nuts off first. I had to do the nuts on the bushings as well because it was really tight, and so this way I could actually flip it up and let it sit, because I had to come on this side here and break the bolts that were in here. They were in here like this, like that, and they were in there pretty snug, pretty tight actually. So I'd use a breaker bar, some penetrating oil, break those loose, and then just pop them right out for both sides. Now there's shims that go on the inside of the bracket for the upper control arms. You want to make sure to write down or take a picture of how many were for each one, so when you put it back you'll know exactly which ones you need to put how many on there, and that way it'll help as a reference in the future. So, but yeah, got the upper one off. But start on the lower now, and not looking forward to this one. This one's not my friend, but yeah, got that so far. All right, well, I'll be back when I get the lower one off. All right, I don't know if you can see or not, I got the light on CC. Managed to get both nuts off. Well, almost off yet so far. The back bolt, not a problem. Had to go through this hole here. You can see it, there's a hole. Use the extension on that side, and then use a ratchet on this side, or a breaker bar. No, I had to use a breaker bar originally and then switch over to ratchet. This one here though, man, this one was a nightmare. I figured the back would have been harder than the front, but the front was, man, seized on big time. I was thinking it was welded for a minute there. I had to use PB blaster and heat it up as well. So, if you're doing this by yourself like I am, problems like this arise. This thing kept wanting to spin a little bit and this would fall off. So I just did some wire twist around it and keep that in place for the meantime. So that helped out. But I'm getting ready to take the nuts off the rest of the way, knock the bolts out, and drop the lower control arm, and get these things ready to go, get cleaned up. So, yep, that's where I am right now. So, not much inside left. Take those out, clean them up. I think I might try to hit this up a little bit too, and get some of this rust off a little bit and hit it up with some Rust-Oleum or something, maybe help just give a little protective coating. I can't do a full off restoration right now. I don't have the shop, the equipment or anything to do that. So I'm gonna do what I can right now just to get it cleaned up to extend the life of the car until I can actually do a full frame off restoration. So, all right, later. So it's out. It is no longer in there. Here it is right here. I'll have to take this thing and get it cleaned up. It is nasty. This one, let's see. This This one here was a pain. This is the one, it was completely covered in rust. When I took it out, you couldn't even see the threads. It was just solid rust. So that's why it was so hard, it would seem. It was rusted up on the nut. So it took a lot, but it came off eventually. So, all right. So there's that. On to the next great thing. So I veered away from what I planned on doing originally and did a little bit more. Yep, I took the fender and inner fender off in the vents in the front here, and I'll show you what they look like real quick. That's the vents right there. There's the fender. It is nasty, no doubt. Inner fender, I took it all off one piece, so it took a little bit, but it came off. Put all the bolts back where they go, that way I don't lose them, and makes it easier. A little trick I learned is you spray paint where you're taking the bolts out, that way when the time comes you'll know where they go. Just a little good, just a little tip if you ever have to do that in the future. So I'm gonna do the other one. I'll probably do the other one tomorrow. Well, never mind. Tomorrow's Easter. I won't be working in on the car tomorrow. We'll be doing some family stuff, spend time with the kids. So Monday, I'll be working on the car again. Working on the driver's side fender, taking that off, because even though I'm working on suspension, I want to do some cleanup on the frame as well, because it is kind of nasty. I'll show you a little bit of it. It needs to be a little bit cleaned up. Got a lot of rust on there. Now granted, it's pitted, but it's not penetrating where you got holes coming through it. But I'm trying to prevent that from happening. Good old spider webs, dirt dauber sacks. Your standard buildup of just everything. So I mean, look at that right there. It's just rusty. I'm gonna have to spend some time cleaning some stuff up. Cleaning some bolts, spraying. That's what I get though for letting the car sit for so long. That's my fault. Yeah. So we're getting there. We're getting there. She's pretty. I know. Don't be jealous.